Hey there, Nancy Drew Clue Crew! It's Arglefump. This is the 2020 Nancy Drew Mega Marathon, or as I like to call it, a Quarantine Stream. We're all quarantined at home, so why not play the 13th Nancy Drew game?
Welcome to my latest case, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective.
If you're new to adventure games or need some help,
click on Tutorial.
And I'm gonna let you people decide whether I play on Junior mode or Senior mode. Am I a Junior Detective or am I a Senior Detective? Let's get some votes. We've got a vote from an anime person saying yes, a vote from Heather saying yes, and they're saying yes, Senior Detective, and a vote from Anna saying I need to be Senior Detective. Woohoo! So let's go.
Dear Hannah, here I am at the railroad station along with a handful of other detectives about to board a train bound for who knows where. The only person who knows where we're going is Laurie Gerard. That's the young woman who invited everyone. Actually, she didn't really invite me. She invited Frank and Joe Hardy, and they invited me. And I've always wanted to join forces with the Hardy Boys. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be another one of Laurie's silly attempts to grab publicity. Some people can be a little too rich and a little too famous for their own good. Wish me luck. Love, Nancy.
Well, people, now that our little orientation tour is over, let's get started. Okay, I, again, am Laurie Gerard, and the first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming. John Gray, I am so thrilled that you're taking time out from that TV show of yours to do some ghost hunting here with us. I mean, Ghost Chasers is like the best cable show ever. And Charlena Purcell, I cannot tell you how much I adore those romance novels you write. Your characters just seem so real. And all that stuff you know about the Old West, you are just awesome. And Tino Balducci, only the most famous police detective in the country. And then there's Frank and Joe Hardy.
Woohoo!
They're amateur detectives. My dad and their dad are old friends. And you must be the other amateur detective, their friend, Natalie?
Nancy Drew?
Whatever. All right, I'll bet you're wondering where we're going. Well, we're going to Copper Gorge, Colorado. Why? To solve the mystery of what happened to Jake Hurley, the man who originally owned this train. Because, see, one day in 1903, this train was found in a place called Blue Moon Canyon, which was out in the middle of the Nevada desert. Only the engineer was on board, and he was dead. As for Jake Hurley, he had disappeared from the face of the earth. Oh, and two more things. Before he disappeared, Jake was rumored to have found the richest gold mine in the world. And the train he owned, this train, his wife Camille died on it while they were going to the gold fields. It was rumored to be haunted.
Hey, you two. I'm trying to play video games here. Did you play with the dog somewhere else?
Oh my gosh.
What in the world?
What the?
Hey, what's going on?
No. Please,
People
find
should
another
never
place
go
to play,
tampering
girls.
with things
Oh,
they don't
geez.
understand.
Oh, brother.
It's okay. Everybody just stay calm. No need to panic. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, Nancy, you're up on all that social etiquette stuff. What are you supposed to do when your hostess vanishes into thin air?
Sorry about that interruption,
If I don't
everyone.
seem concerned,
The
it's
little
because
girls
I'm not.
were inside.
Laurie Gerard is a young woman whose only goal in life is to be famous. She craves attention and habitually uses her father's considerable wealth to get it.
I don't know if you could hear my two daughters, but they ran into the room playing with the dog, which interrupted the live stream. So sorry for the interruption. Hopefully it didn't ruin the opening cutscene. An amazing opening cutscene with Tino Balducci. His eyebrows, he's just doing his eyebrow stare. And Laurie Gerard was just kidnapped. Dun dun dun.
So you think her disappearing like that is just some kind of publicity stunt?
I just think she couldn't resist showing off in front of all of us minor celebrities. What was your name again?
Nancy Drew. You and I have actually met. Sort of. I called you not too long ago when I was at Shadow Ranch. You gave me some information about Dirk Valentine.
Ah, Nancy Drew.
You remember me?
No,
Aww.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley?
Psst. Nancy! Come here.
Excuse me for a second.
Okay, so, we're coming over here. The Hardy Boys want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to them, though. Man.
Nancy!
Where have you two been?
I followed Tino Balducci.
And I went after John Gray. He went straight to the room in the car that used to be Camille's and didn't come out again. I could hear all these weird noises coming from inside.
Did you talk to him?
I was just about to go in, but the next thing I know, Joe's got my arm in a vice grip and is dragging me back here, babbling about how Balducci's our guy.
He found something on the floor right where Laurie was standing when the train went dark. I saw him pick it up and put it in his pocket. Then he left.
Did you see what it was?
When I tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed me aside and said something snotty like, "I'm on the job here, Junior, so just go back to the playground and stay out of the way." In case you two hadn't noticed, we're not getting a lot of respect around here. Can't we at least tell Balducci that we do stuff for ATAC?
You know the rules.
ATAC?
American Teens Against Crime. We do a lot of undercover work for them.
Wonder Cop's probably never even been undercover.
Joe, let it go. What'd Charlena have to say?
She thinks Laurie is faking this whole disappearance thing.
She's not the only one.
How can you say that? You heard Laurie scream.
Anybody can scream, Joe. Especially girls whose fathers have given them acting lessons along with everything else they've ever wanted.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think?
Okay, so lots of talking here at the beginning of the game. It's Frank and Joe, and they're debating whether or not Laurie was actually kidnapped. So Frank is the one with dark hair, correct?
I kind of agree with Frank.
You've got to be kidding.
Yes, Frank is the one with dark hair. Joe is the one with light hair. Frank is 1 year older than Joe.
Do you think maybe one of Laurie's other guests is in on her disappearance?
It's certainly possible.
From the way she talked, it didn't sound like she knew any of them.
Maybe that's what she wanted us to think.
Or maybe that's what one of them wanted her to think.
Well, whether Laurie disappeared by force or by choice, what we've got to do now is find her.
Absolutely.
Has anyone talked to the engineer?
Not that I know of.
Then I'm going to head up front and tell him what's happened. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Good idea. In the meantime, we'll take another look around in here.
Great. Catch you later.
Sounds good. Okay, so the Hardy Boys. Nancy Drew solving a mystery with the Hardy Boys.
This door goes outside. Opening it now would not be a good idea.
Oh, come on, Nancy. You can jump off of a moving train, right?
Engineer, what do you want?
Hello, I'm one of the passengers, and I just thought you should know that Laurie Gerard has disappeared.
So?
Did you know she was going to disappear?
Hey, all I know is I take orders from Miss Gerard, okay? Right now my orders are to get this train to Copper Gorge non-stop. And until Miss Gerard tells me otherwise, that's what I'm gonna do.
Shouldn't you at least call the authorities?
It'll be my pleasure, just as soon as Miss Gerard orders me to.
But...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I got me a train to run.
So we have an angry engineer.
Engineer?
Hi.
Is this Miss Gerard?
No, my name's Nancy Drew.
Too bad.
No, what? Seriously, she was kidnapped.
I'm busy up here, now quit bothering me.
Seriously, dude. Seriously.
Sadie Crawford.
Okay, we have a bunch of doll clues in this game. 13 of them, maybe? Maybe 13.
It looks like there's something behind this painting, but I can't seem to move it.
That's gonna be a puzzly puzzle, and then we're gonna have another puzzle here.
A square and a duck.
Puzzle opening up that. Julio. So, Charlena, can we talk?
Yes?
What are you working on?
I'm writing my next book. I'm on a deadline, so until I write those two most wonderful of all three-letter words, the end, everywhere I go, my laptop goes, and every chance I get, I write.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley? You know, the man who originally owned this train?
Wealthy, imaginative, adventurous, stubborn, egocentric, and most importantly, he was smitten at the age of 35 by a young French woman named Camille Voulet, who died about a year after they were married.
Most importantly, romance.
Where was he from?
East Coast, Philadelphia, I think. His parents were British aristocrats. Sometime in the 1870s, he decided to seek his fortune out west, so he had this train custom built so that he, and some years later his wife, could traverse the mountains and plains in relative comfort.
So he went west and became a miner?
All anyone knows for sure is that years after Camille's death, he showed up in Denver with a pouch full of gold nuggets and semi-precious stones, which he used to purchase mining supplies. He refused to say how he'd come by them, which of course led to speculation that he had found a fantastically rich vein somewhere. Although to this day, its existence remains unsubstantiated, and its location quite unknown.
So that's a big mystery. The original owner of the train found a fabulous gold mine.
Why do you think Laurie invited you on this trip?
No doubt because I'm such an authority on life in the Old West, and because I'm so good at using old information to unearth new information. My knack for research is, well, it's a gift.
I should get going.
My publisher thanks you.
Yeah, so, Charlena Purcell was in Nancy Drew, Secret of the Shadow Ranch. The Secret of Shadow Ranch. Nancy could talk to her. Call her on the phone
This must have been the
for
sleeping
help.
car.
And here's the emergency brake.
Better not mess with that puppy.
But I love puppies! That's a game over sequence. This is just creepy.
Pretty. Looks like some kind of gemstone.
That's not pretty, that's creepy. That's creepy and weird. And this is a puzzle.
I need 4 numbers to unlock this, and there's, 10,000 possible combinations? Guessing could take me a while.
So many puzzles in this game. Yes, and this over here is the clue for a puzzle. 2 dolls. Yay! So we have those dolls. So let's start meeting some characters. We didn't really get a chance to meet them during that previous scene. Here's John, everyone. Hey, John.
Hi, you're that Nancy person. How you doing? John Gray.
You look pretty busy.
Right now I'm taking time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Laurie's disappearance, analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to Laurie's whereabouts.
Whoa. You think Laurie was kidnapped by a ghost? On a train?
Do you really think that a moving train can be haunted?
Sure. A train is basically nothing but a living space on wheels. And just like a house or a hotel, its walls can capture and hold energy, however infinitesimal, whatever its source. You see, what to most people are ghosts are actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. That's my working theory, at least.
I have no idea what he's talking about. No idea whatsoever.
That's a little hard to swallow.
It's all very scientific. But the fact is, Laurie's missing, and I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. The vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
Why don't you try looking for her instead of playing on your computer? Wouldn't that be a bit more helpful?
Charlena Purcell thinks Laurie is just playing some kind of joke on us.
Charlena Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
Ouch!
Is Laurie a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course, like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Maybe she planned it that way.
You mean so we'd concentrate all our efforts on finding Jake Hurley? Possible, although she really doesn't strike me as being the planning type.
What do you think of Tino Balducci?
I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Pleasure talking to you.
Yep. This is really cool. I really do like the premise of the game. It's just Nancy and a bunch of detectives solving a mystery. First, it's a kidnapping mystery, and then it's going to be the mystery to find that gold mine.
The little book of samplers.
And here's a book of samplers. Yay!
Sickly Sarah caught a germ so new, it made one of her pretty green eyes turn blue.
That's one of the dolls. Sickly Sarah. We'll be able to recognize her by her by her eyes.
This looks like some sort of game. Darn.
For this game, you want to press the button to jump. Just keep doing this until the song is over. It's pretty simple.
I did it! Wonder what's in here.
Ah, it's the music for that song. What we want to do is play the song on the piano in this room, right here.
I need some music.
Don't do that, please! Those microphones I set up over there are very sensitive. You just about took out my eardrums.
Oops.
You can play that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Okay.
But, clue. Puzzles. Maybe you could just take off your headphones for a while.
Nancy?
Oh, fine. Bossy pants. Here's another doll puzzle.
Teddy Eberhardt.
Teddy wears clothes of that color. That's your clue.
It's locked.
That's a puzzle we'll solve later on.
Looks like Camille was teaching herself how to play the piano.
Piano
Thomasina
notes.
O'Neill.
And the doll has a thing like that. Fantastic.
Looks like some kind of sewing sampler. I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
Awful Ursula. She's just awful.
I wonder what's under here. And what the deal is with those weird-looking bolts.
So many puzzles. Oh, hey!
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's me.
Hi, Bess.
And me.
Hey, George, what's up?
What's up? You're the one who's on the train with a bunch of famous people. You tell us. This is torture, Nancy. I'm dying of curiosity here.
Bess, just calm down.
Oh, like you're not just as curious as I am. She's the one who insisted we call you Nancy.
Only because you're driving me crazy. I'm supposed to be helping her paint her room, but every other brushstroke she's like, where do you think she is now? How do you think the Hardy Boys are doing? Why do you think she hasn't called? What do you think Laurie Gerard is wearing?
Oh, George, that is so not true. I could care less what Laurie Gerard is wearing. So come on, Nancy. You're on a train full of famous people bound for who knows where. So dish already, would ya?
Bess, calm down. Look what you did. You got paint in my hair.
I'm sorry. You know, actually, that looks kind of cool.
Nice try, Bess.
No, really.
You're just saying that because you're afraid I'll bail and you'll wind up having to paint this dump all by yourself.
George, I kid you not. You should seriously think about doing some major highlights in that color.
What color is it?
Adobe beige.
Nice try, Bess.
What's going on, Nan?
Our hostess has disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
I mean, the train went into a tunnel, everything went dark, and when the train came out of the tunnel, no Laurie. She just disappeared.
Publicity stunt.
I'm not so sure.
Oh, come on. You don't really think something's happened to her, do you?
Remember the time she was allegedly kidnapped from her Vegas hotel room?
Yeah, the guy across the hall just happened to have a camera and got it all on tape.
It made the evening news in practically every city in the country. And then there was her daring escape the next morning.
Only it turns out she faked the whole thing.
Of course, she claims her ex-boyfriend faked it to get back at her. She thought she was really being kidnapped.
Like anybody believes that.
Sounds to me like somebody has been spending a lot of time reading the tabloids.
George has.
Very funny. So what else is going on?
Before she disappeared, Laurie told us that the purpose of this train trip is to find out what happened to Jake Hurley, the train's original owner.
Was he murdered or something?
No one knows. He was married to a woman named Camille, but she died, and he eventually vanished while mining for gold. His train was found abandoned in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada, with no one on board but his dead engineer.
Whoa, spooky.
Have any theories?
Not yet, but the train is also rumored to be haunted by his dead wife.
So first Hurley's wife dies, then Hurley vanishes, then the engineer dies, then Laurie vanishes. A pattern, maybe?
Bess, do us all a favor and leave the detective work to Nancy, okay?
Has either of you been to Copper Gorge, Colorado?
Never heard of the place. Why?
Well, that's where the train I'm on is headed. Apparently Jake Hurley buried his wife Camille there after she died on the train.
She died on the train? Ew, creepy.
Laurie Gerard finds it a little unnerving, too.
I don't blame her.
Bess, for the 972nd time, there's no such thing as ghosts.
I know that. I just have a small problem believing that.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Well, George, back to work.
Okay. How does Nancy know what Laurie Gerard thinks about the ghosts, right? Did Laurie
An old
say
scale.
something about it?
Strange. It seems to be built into the wall.
Whatever. So what we need to do is get a slug from our pal Tino! Tino! The world's greatest detective.
Hey, Nancy, right?
Hey, I love his eyebrows, I love his blue hair, I love his tough cop attitude.
You've got a better memory than our hostess.
Who doesn't? Amateur detective, huh? Ever thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
Police detective? That would be pretty amazing. I am best friends with everyone on the local police force.
Well, I don't know. Do you like what you do?
I love it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
Yeah, but I want to hear it from you.
Tell me about them.
Baffling case. Two-man team at 17 banks in 3 states in 5 days. FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after forcing their vehicle to a stop, confronting them, despite the fact that they were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the collar.
Really? 'Cause I heard they were armed with a plastic knife and you only hit their car by accident.
I heard they stopped because you accidentally rear-ended them.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers, all have been spreading vicious lies about me. Why? Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
I did not know that.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Do you think it had anything to do with Laurie's disappearance?
Nah, probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, I'll tell you what. Here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you. The Tino Balducci.
The Tino Balducci. Oh, my friends are going to be so jealous. Thank you so much, Tino.
Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
You just made my life, Tino.
So, what do you think happened to Laurie?
She could have been kidnapped. She could have been tossed off the train. She could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
When do you think that will be?
I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
Have you had a chance to talk to Charlena Purcell?
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
You don't like her?
What about John Gray?
The ghost guy? Total quack. Only reason I'd talk to him would be to arrest him for fraud.
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
So Tino doesn't really like Charlena or John.
Wonder what Jake used this for.
Carbide, yes. We'll need to get some of that.
Another
Ooh.
gemstone.
Gemstones? Nancy's gonna gather gemstones at some point. Let's see, we got some puzzles we could solve here. Yeah, we got puzzles. Ooh, and gemstone book. Can I grab that book on gemstones? Yeah, I can. Okay. Quartz, amethyst, citrine, tiger's eye, zircon, olive, garnet, emeralds, garnets, aquamarine, peridot, zircon, and sapphires are blue. Oh, here's a picture of 2 of those dolls.
Camille with Hager Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard. Looks like an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked.
Oh yeah, in order to open that puzzle, we need to solve another puzzle. Whoa! Whoa, whoa. Shaking, oh my gosh.
J.H. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia.
I love the top hat over here. It's very classy. I think Tino should wear a top hat more often. And this here is a puzzle. What you need to do is put all these pipes into place. Yeah, Tino's pipes. I got some lovely pipes, Nancy. You want to hear? La 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 la. Thanks, Tino. I don't need to hear you sing anymore. Are you sure? Because, I heard a rumor that you love my singing. So let's get all these pipes moved together.
There, all done.
Yay! So we need to fix the pipes in every car, basically. In every car.
Eliza Sandberger.
Okay, wow, $3 decorative red ribbon. Fantastic.
Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
And here are the slugs. So the sampler said 10, right? And owl was 7. Yeah, owl is 7. Cherries.
That square in that deck looked very familiar.
So 7 plus 3 equals 10. And that's how we open up this door. The owl and the cherries. It's very simple. It's very simple there at the start, man. Yeah. Okay, so here we want to just look at everything.
Silver. What do all those colors have to do with silver?
So this is a puzzle. Let me get it. Let me take a picture of it with my phone. We'll solve that puzzle right away. Ah, another slug. Excellent.
Looks like to make this thing, whatever it is, I'm going to need a spyglass, a pickaxe, and a lamp. Citrine, amethyst, zircon, those are all gemstones, I think.
So we need to get all those gemstones, we need to get this pickaxe, we need to get the lamp, we need to get the spyglass, and that's how we'll operate this super complicated machine. That's going to be something we do towards the end of the game, once we get all of those things together. And this is about the doll, which fell off. Naughty Tina apparently has a cracked skull. Poor Naughty Tina. Yep, and so all these pieces go together. Just to solve that puzzle.
I need a pickaxe.
Let's go back. Let's go back and get some stuff. Let's see. Can I grab the gemstone yet? Probably need to look at it from this angle. Haha, gemstone number 1. Okay, so AG, that's silver here on the periodic table of elements. So AG, so those colors were orange, blue, and then green. Orange, blue, green, red, purple, and then yellow. That gives me this thingy. Oh, and I can open up this.
Wilson carbide and acetylene works. Always your friend, Thomas Wilson.
Woohoo! So, Jake
Looks
was
like
friends with a famous
some kind
inventor.
of dance step. Maybe I'd better keep this.
Hurley's whirly burly! Well, surely that will be important, so Nancy's gonna keep it. And can I get the carbide now? I'll take that for the lamp. But the axe isn't here. Oh, yeah, getting the pickaxe is gonna be a bit of a puzzle.
What's going on?
Do you think I could take a closer look at that cougar statue?
What, that cigar clipper? Go ahead, take a look.
I'll bet I need this stone to build that thing in the diagram I found. But if I remove it now, Tina will know I'm onto something. Interesting. I just wanted to get a good look at it, that's all.
What else can I do for you?
It's been great talking to you.
Helping people is what I'm all about.
Okay, so that's it for Tino. As soon as we can find a way to get rid of him, we will grab that gem from the cougar. This room is
According
just
to that diagram I found, those 6 gemstones are supposed to go in these 6. This is where a gemstone goes.
So that's where all the gemstones go.
Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters?
Curious. So this is a puzzle to open up the door to the caboose. You want to press these things all of them in the correct order. It's a puzzle we've seen before in previous Nancy Drew games. So it's 4, 1... No. It's 6, 1, 5, 6, 1, 7, 8, 6, 1, 7, 4, 6, 1, 7, 2, 6, 1, 7, 3, 5, 6, 1, 7, 3, 2, 6, 1, 7, 3, 4, 6, 1, 7, 3, 8, 9, okay, 5, 6, 1, 7, 3, 8, 9, 4. 6, 1, 7, 3, 8, 9, 1, 4. Oh, come on. 6, 1, 7, 3, 8, 9, 4. 6, 1, 7, 3, 8, 9, 1, 5, 4. Got it. Woo! We solved the puzzle.
Laurie?
Oh my gosh! I never thought you'd be the one to find me. No offense. Nadine?
Nancy Drew.
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really spirited away by ghosts or anything. That bookshelf in the dining car, you step on this thing in the floor in there, and it slides open. I practiced disappearing for weeks.
Aha! So it was a fake kidnapping.
Was anyone else in on the trick?
Just the engineer, and all he did was keep his mouth shut. See, here's the deal. My dad wound up with this train when he bought out Noram Shipping. They'd been storing it in this old warehouse outside St. Louis for so long that everybody had just forgotten about it. Anyway, after mass begging on my part, Dad had the train restored to working condition and got me an engineer and track permits and all that other stuff until finally, here we are, on our way to find out what happened to Jake Hurley.
Why do you need a train to find out what happened to him?
Well, see, I was one of the first people in 100 years to set foot on this train, okay? Everything was just the way it was when Jake disappeared. Except I also found this. It's a letter that Jake wrote in 1901 to his niece back east. He was real paranoid about claim jumpers, which is why he never told anyone where his mine was. But he was also afraid something would happen to him and no one would ever know where it was. So he wrote this letter to his only living relative, Ruth Kensington. Here, take it.
You want me to have it? Why?
Because you found me. See, in that letter, Jake tells Ruth that everything she needs to figure out where his mine is on this train. He also warns her that his wife's spirit is on the train too, which kind of creeps me out. But the thing is, to find Jake's lost mine, we need the train.
How do you know this Ruth person didn't find the mine decades ago?
Mostly because I found that letter in the wastebasket. It was like she'd gotten so ticked off, trying to follow her nutty uncle's clues, that she finally said to heck with the whole thing.
So you want me to try to figure out where the mine is?
Uh-huh. As for the other people on board, if you want to show them that letter, go ahead. It's totally up to you. We're going to Copper Gorge because that's where Jake buried Camille, so I figured his mine might be somewhere around there too. But if you think we need to go somewhere else, you just let me know and I'll have the engineer take us there.
So this is good. She gave us basically the list of puzzles. We saw a bunch of puzzles, now we have the list of puzzles. So we can solve all of them in order to find that top secret mine.
How come you didn't try to find the mine yourself?
Maybe I did. Or maybe I just thought letting other people try to find it would be a good excuse to throw a party. I like parties.
Parties are the best.
How well do you know your guests?
Well, I don't know you or those Harvey guys at all.
Hardy. Frank and Joe Hardy.
Whatever. I didn't know John Gray before this either, but I love his show, and I figured he'd jump at the chance to investigate an honest-to-goodness haunted train, and now that someone has finally found me, I can finally go meet him for real.
What about Tino Balducci?
I met Tino right after he got famous for solving those robberies. Inviting him here for this was a no-brainer. I mean, what an awesome detective. And those piercing eyes of his, you just know his mind's in there going 90 miles an hour.
It's a no-brainer decision from someone who has no brain.
How well do you know Charlena Purcell?
I just know her from her books, which are so good. In fact, I just started reading her latest one, The Moon Tells No Lies. See, what I'd really like to do is write romance novels. Everybody who knows me says I'd be really good at it. In fact, a while back, I sent Charlena some ideas, just to see what she thought.
And?
She hated them.
Guess I better get to work.
As soon as you figure it out, let me know.
Sounds good.
Locked, naturally. I wonder how you open it.
Got a couple of puzzles here. Let's see. This is a thingy.
I bet I know what this is for.
Oh, and I need to read that super long letter.
The 3rd of November, 1901, from somewhere in Colorado. Dear Ruth, I know that we've never met, but now that your father, my estranged brother, is gone, you are my only living relative. I am writing to you to tell you about my mind before I, too, depart this earth, and its location is lost forever. I cannot tell you outright where it is, lest this epistle fall into the wrong hands, but with the information which follows, and with my train, which shall be yours upon my death, I promise that you'll be able to find it. First, you will need a map. To obtain it, know that my travels have taken me all over this great country, to towns which can be difficult to find, to Calico, Silverado, and Central City, to Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. To locate the mine on the map, you'll need my projector. When it comes to placing the stones, you'll need to ask someone who holds a warm place in my heart. I have stored his name accordingly, but to retrieve his name, you'll have to give the dolls an order. This will require looking inside Camille's dancing shoes for the name of their maker, and wearing the shoes as you perform her favorite step on the dance floor. As for my beloved Camille, she has 4 words for you, words which, when translated into numbers and used in combination, will help power my projector. But alas, she's taken them with her to her grave. So go to Copper Gorge, Colorado, and pay your respects, and let some of her goodness rub off on you. I promised Camille that this train would always be her home. In return, she promised to never leave, and indeed she never has. People say I'm crazy, but I've seen her, and heard her, and feel her presence on the train even today, 20 years after her untimely death. So above all else, my dear niece, let nothing happen to my train. It holds wonderful things. Kindest regards, Jake Hurley.
Creepy and strange. So, we got a bunch of puzzles here to solve. So, the map, we need to do all those cities, and then, the stones, that's going to be a long puzzle for placing those stones. The dancing shoes and the name of their maker. So you need the name of the maker. We already found the step, and then this happens in Copper Gorge, Colorado. So basically, 2 of the puzzles we can do now, and 2 of them we can do at Copper Gorge, Colorado. So actually...
That must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
Let's solve this puzzle now. I think we need to... we need to take a look at this. Take a look at the shoes.
Darn, the name of the shoes is so faded I can't tell what it is. Maybe Bess and George can help me figure out who made them.
So we send a picture to Bess and George. And then we call Bess and George and say, hey guys, could you look up who made these shoes?
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
Laurie gave me a letter that Jake Hurley wrote to his niece, telling her how to find his gold mine.
If Laurie knows where the mine is, why doesn't she just make a beeline for it?
Because apparently Jake was too paranoid to tell his niece outright where it was. So he filled the letter with all these weird, obscure clues. I don't think Laurie could make heads or tails of them. I know I barely can.
Sounds like when he lost his wife, Jake may have lost a few marbles as well.
I get the definite feeling Laurie Gerard has a thing for Tino Balducci.
I saw him on TV once. He is very cute.
Laurie thinks he's the world's greatest detective.
And you don't?
I'm the world's greatest detective, not Tino.
Let's just say I'm glad he doesn't work for our police department.
I think the only reason he's famous is because he looks good on camera.
Well, I think you two are being way too hard on him. Just because he's good looking doesn't mean he can't also be smart. In fact, maybe Balducci tries to look incompetent on purpose. You know, to give the bad guys a false sense of security so it's easier to catch them. Ever think of that?
No, Bess, I never did.
Well, there you go.
Well, why would he act stupid in front of Nancy if that's the case? He doesn't think Nancy's the culprit, does he?
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is too faded to read. But to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take a picture of them with your cell phone, then send it to us, and we'll check them out for you.
But I thought you guys had to paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint.
Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the walls.
Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes via cell phone as soon as you can.
Actually, I already sent you a picture of the shoes.
Well then, hey, we're on it.
Oh, you guys are the greatest.
I know.
Need anything else?
I'll talk to you guys later.
Let us know what happens.
So let's do the dance. Dancing time. So you need to follow the steps on the hurly-burly. Right here. So 1 and then 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let me see. Let's see. 7. 8. 9. 10. I dance. Woo! Got another gemstone too.
Guess Camille liked to collect dolls.
Okay, so we need to put all the dolls into place. I've got a picture of the correct solution. So, it's still hard to see. So, Awful Ursula's gonna go there. Chantilly Hildegard, Awful Ursula. Then, is it gonna be Sickly Sarah? Yeah, Sickly Sarah. Sickly Sarah caught a germ so new it made one of her pretty green eyes turn blue. Okay, next is gonna be the one that says Mama. Then Mr. Hildegard, or Tommy, whichever one had that color. That's gonna be her. Sleepy one. That's the solution, but I don't think the game is gonna accept that because we don't know the name yet. Hahaha. Silly me.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me. Got the name of those dancing shoes yet?
Still
Really?
working on it.
I discovered this cabinet full of old dolls in the caboose.
Old dolls make my skin crawl.
Whose were they?
They belonged to Jake's wife, Camille. Jake mentioned them in his letter to his niece.
They could have been Jake's, you know. I mean, they never had a child of their own, right? So maybe after Camille died, he went a little bonkers.
Oh, Bess.
Hey, I'm just trying to think outside the box here, okay? Something it wouldn't hurt you to do from time to time, little Miss No Imagination.
You know, maybe I'll just put this paintbrush down, walk out that door, and let you do this all by yourself.
No! You've got to keep painting! If I don't get this done by tomorrow, I'll be grounded for a month! I was just kidding about your imagination. It's wonderful! You're wonderful. Very, very wonderful.
That's more like it.
Catch you later.
Okay.
They're just being silly. Okay, let's solve this puzzle while we're waiting on them. So I've been to Calico, Silverado, Calico and Silverado first. So you want to spell out the word calico. Calico. And then Silverado. And that what was the next place? Central City, Dodge City, and Virginia City. So many cities. Is this it? Central City. That allows me to spell out Dodge City. D-O-D-G-E-C-I-T-Y. And Virginia City. V-I-R-G-I-N-I-A-C-I-T-Y. Virginia City. And then finally Tombstone. We solved it. Victory music.
Guess I'm done. Strange. All that's left is a jumble of letters.
NVRZ TBAAA. NVRZ TBAA. NVRZ T B A. Hey, we did it! That's one of them. One of the puzzles. Found the right map.
Jake's mine must be somewhere on this map, but where?
So that's one of these steps.
This is where Jake's pickaxe goes.
Okay, this, I think we can call for the name. Now we've given them enough time.
Hello?
Me again. Just checking to see whether you were able to find out the name of those dancing shoes yet.
Your wish is our command, but hang on to your hat. The name is a real mouthful. The shoes were made by Chaussette Chateauyantes, Chausssettees, Chatoyantes. That's French for shimmering socks. Apparently, if you were into dancing in the 1870s, that was the company to get your shoes from.
Chaussette Chateauyantes. Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us help.
Talk to you soon.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
I don't need them for help. I can solve this puzzle on my own a second time. Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Mama. You go there, though. You go there, Mama. There. That gives me some slugs. And that random piece of paper. Hooray! So I believe we used the slugs over here to unlock the square in the duck, but I don't know what weight the square in the duck was. Yeah, I don't remember what number the square in the ducks was. It's been way too long. Way too long ago. So where was it? Here we go. Okay, so the square is 4 and the duck is 1. So 4 and then 1, that ought to undo the square and the duck in the caboose. solve that right away. Before I forget. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. So how can I get these things to add up to 4 and 1? This, maybe? Yeah, that's 4. And then I need to get it to 1 by adding a 3. That's not it. Oh no. How's that? 7 and 3 on one side, 4 and then 1.
There! With any luck, I just opened the stove in the dining car.
Got it with negative numbers, but that still counts, right? That's not the intended solution. You're actually supposed to get positive numbers, not negative numbers. Woo!
Well, it's the little lady detective. What do you need?
I found Laurie. She was hiding in the caboose.
Oh, yeah?
She disappeared because she wanted to see who'd find her first, which is why she left that clue behind.
That slug? I mean, I knew that slug was a clue. That's why I gave it to you. I mean, I could have found Laurie no sweat, but I thought, hey, why not give somebody else a shot? And you came through. Nice job.
Thank you.
But look, from now on, if you come across anything that may have something to do with Jake Hurley and his mind, let me know, okay? Just so I can, give you advice, help you sort things out. After all, the opportunity to work side by side with a world-famous police detective doesn't come along every day,
Sounds like he wants Nancy to solve the mystery so he can swoop in at the last second and take all the credit. No thank you, Tino!
What do you think happened to Jake Hurley?
He probably died trying to work that mine of his all by himself. But I'll let you in on a secret. I'm onto something that could crack this case wide open.
What did you find?
Sorry, can't go into detail. Let's just say that thanks to yours truly, what happened to Jake Hurley won't be a mystery much longer.
How did you and Laurie meet?
We met at a party in New York. Nice girl. Not a lot upstairs, but nice girl.
Did you two go out?
Nope, no, never went out. No.
Nope, never dated her. Nope, nuh-uh.
You've been a big help.
Not a problem.
Did you want to date her, Tino? Next question, please.
That tool I saw in the caboose. I bet that's what you used to unscrew these bolts.
So this puzzle, you just want to do what Nancy said, just unscrew all these bolts. Okay, I've got the top 4 in place. Now let's do the bottom 4.
More pipes to connect.
Woo! Pipes. Okay, here we go. An interesting puzzle, just based on the way the pipes turn. They turn differently.
Here we go.
Yay, we solved it. Hooray. And let's tell John the good news here.
What's up?
I found Laurie safe and sound in the caboose, so I guess those vibes you got about her being in serious trouble were wrong.
Strange. My vibes are never wrong. What's even stranger is I'm still getting them. So maybe they're not about Laurie. Maybe they're about you.
Me? I'm not in any trouble.
Trust me. Either you or Laurie is, or soon will be, in big trouble.
No offense, but I don't believe you.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Thanks for the chat.
Take care.
Oh, John, he's got nothing to say besides the vague warning. You're gonna be in trouble, Nancy. You're gonna be in trouble. Okay, what kind of trouble? It's very troubling, Nancy. Just so much trouble. Oh, okay, thanks, John. There's another gemstone.
Nancy, what's with the Cheshire Cat grin?
You found Laurie.
Yep, she's holed up in the caboose. and as a reward for finding her, she let me have this. It's a letter from Jake to his niece in which he leaves clues telling her how to find his mine. Only the clues are extremely obtuse.
You found Laurie, you got the letter with all the clues. Guess you don't need us anymore.
Oh, Joe, quit pouting. Want any help?
Are you kidding? You bet I do.
Now you're talking.
Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam, he can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
Wow, the Hardys really, really hate Tino.
It stands to reason that the only person other than Jake who had to have known the location of Jake's mine was the engineer on Jake's train.
Very true.
Not necessarily. Jake might not have told him the exact location. Maybe he just had him drop him off somewhere nearby.
Well, still, we'd be way ahead of the game if we knew where that drop-off point was.
It would be nice to know his name.
The guy died more than 100 years ago. How are we supposed to find out his name?
Maybe Charlena What's-Her-Face could tell us how to go about it.
Good idea, Frank. I'll ask her. Talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so that was one of the puzzles. I've stored his name, a warm place in my heart. So that actually was the engineer. Thirsty. So, Thirsty being a nickname for Thurston.
James Thurston.
James Thurston, $9 a week for being the engineer.
Back already?
I think I know the name of Jake Hurley's engineer. James Thurston.
Great! What else do you know about him?
Well, nothing.
Good.
Good?
Yeah, finding out more about him will give us something to do. We'll look into it.
Great.
I found a diagram for some kind of contraption Jake designed, but to operate it, you apparently need a pickaxe, some kind of lamp or lantern, and a spyglass.
All of which were common everyday items back in Jake's time.
But not anymore. What's worse, Jake could have been referring to specific items, like his pickaxe, his spyglass, and who knows where they are now.
Yeah, I know.
Just let me know if you run into any of those items around here, okay?
We'll keep our eyes open. Right, Joe?
You keep your eyes open. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Talk to you later.
Sounds good.
You two just do some research, okay? Just do some research. So over here is that secret button.
This must be how Laurie disappeared.
Yep, she hid it in there. Ooh, so cool.
Yes?
I found Laurie. She's in the caboose. You were right. She disappeared because she wanted to see which of us would find her first.
And you won. Congratulations.
The others on the train, John Gray and that police detective, do you know them very well?
I don't know them at all. Needless to say, I don't watch television, so I've never even seen Mr. Gray before. Although I do know that his profession, if you can call it that, is rife with crackpots. As for Mr. Balducci, from what I've read, his success in solving those robberies was less a matter of talent and more a matter of being in the right place at precisely the right time.
In other words, you don't think he deserves all the attention he's getting?
No. You and those two Boy Scouts you're with would make better detectives. Is that all, dear?
Did you know that Laurie wants to be a romance novelist?
Doesn't everyone?
Have you discussed any of her ideas with her?
No. Could we please talk about something a little more pleasant?
Ouch.
I'll touch bases with you later.
That would be nice.
Okay, so we're sort of at the halfway point of the game. I want to, after the halfway point of the game ends, we won't be able to get a couple of things. So I want to try to get these things before we finish the halfway point of the game. Specifically, there's a scary scene in the dining car. I mean, in the sleeping car. And there should also be a scene here where somebody throws the emergency brake.
Whoa!
Ah, there we go. Got it.
Somebody must have thrown the emergency brake.
The question is, did somebody throw the brake or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Laurie.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene, and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
John Gray. Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed. He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Laurie showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
There's no way Laurie could have thrown the brake, unless she had someone else do it.
The question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Ah, Joe.
I'm going to see if Balducci's done dusting for fingerprints. Catch you later.
Okay, so yeah, you have to see that scene while the train is still in motion, because obviously when the train is parked, you can no longer trigger the scene of the train stopping. So now let's see if we can get that scene of the creepy ghost thingy here. Not seeing it yet. Let's try talking to John again. It happens throughout this window. Very, very scary indeed.
What's up?
So are you making any progress in here?
Oh yeah, not only am I getting some real unusual EMRs, that's electromagnetic readings, but take a look at this.
You've got something?
I set up a camera and took some time-lapse photos. Sometimes I was in the room, sometimes I wasn't, but somewhere along the line, I managed to get a shot of Camille.
Where? You don't mean that little blob, do you?
Yep, that's Camille.
Okay.
You're skeptical. That's cool. Just remember, the key word when it comes to ghostly phenomena is energy. That blob is the result of Camille's residual life force, spirit if you will, reacting with the chemicals in the photographic paper.
Couldn't it just be a flaw in the photographic paper?
Okay, it could be that too, but it's not. Trust me.
I won't keep you any longer.
Take care.
Ooh, so Camille's ghost is haunting the area now. Woo! Very scary. Not seeing the ghost show up anywhere. Then let's talk to Tino. Yeah, Camille was a scary blob, which very much scared our friend.
Glad you dropped in. Laurie told me she'd given you a letter from Jake Hurley that says how to find his mine.
I didn't mention it before because it's very bizarre.
Laurie should have given that to me. I mean, I'm the trained professional around here. Let me take a look.
It makes no sense, seriously.
I've seen enough. 2 words. Useless. Those are just the rantings of a guy who spent way too much of his life swirling mud around in pans under the hot sun. 5-star nut job.
You don't think there's anything helpful in there?
Nada.
Not a thing.
Did you find any fingerprints on the emergency brake handle?
None that were any help, thanks to Casey Jones up there. I told the old geezer not to touch anything, but he went and got his big, fat, oily paw prints all over the place. If we didn't need him to drive the train, I'd charge him with obstruction of justice.
Did you do anything else besides look for fingerprints?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I found this. Probably fell out of the perp's pocket while he was yanking on the handle.
Looks like some kind of thermometer.
Yeah, like the kind a certain ghost hunter uses on that bogus show of his.
You think John Gray threw the brake? But why would he do that?
Because they're thinking about axing his show, that's why. I checked with this buddy of mine in L.A. Gray's got to come up with something real big real soon, or he's toast. And you can't get much bigger than a train with a spooky past that's prone to strange accidents, now can you?
Oh no, poor John has lost his job.
Who else have you told about this?
All in due time. I always like to get my ducks in a row before I make an arrest.
You're going to arrest him?
Hey, the train could have derailed. We're talking reckless endangerment, attempted assault, maybe even attempted murder. John Gray wanted publicity. That's exactly what I'm gonna give him.
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Not a problem.
My goodness. So much drama. And wait, what's this? What's this on the ground? Packing peanuts. Tino.
What's going on?
It's been great talking to you.
Not a problem.
Tino, you've got packing peanuts here. I don't know why. Let's see, can I check out the packing peanuts here again? I can look at them, but it doesn't look like I can interact with them.
Hey, glad you stopped in. You gotta listen to this.
What is it?
What have you got?
I put this digital recorder in the corner where Camille showed up in that picture and turned it on so it would just keep recording. Now when you play it back at normal volume, all you hear is background noise. But when you turn the volume way up and run the signal through a filter or two, hear that?
I hear something. It kind of sounds like a woman singing.
Not just any woman. Camille. So be careful what you say in here. She's listening.
Are you by any chance missing a small digital thermometer?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. When I went through the box I'd packed them in, that one over there, I came up one short. I was hoping to set up at least 6 in here so I could check for cold spots. How did you know I was missing one?
Because Tino Balducci found it by the emergency brake handle when he was dusting it for fingerprints, and now he thinks you're the one who pulled it.
That's ridiculous. I didn't have any reason to pull the emergency brake.
Have you been in this room the whole time you've been on the train?
Of course not. I made a couple of trips to my compartment in the sleeping car to get more equipment. But did I get an overpowering urge to pull the emergency brake while I was there? No.
Any truth to the rumor that your show's about to be canceled?
Newsflash, my show was canceled.
Aww.
Happened last night. But what nobody knows yet is that it's been picked up by a major TV network. Not only am I still on the air, but I'm sitting prettier than ever. Any other questions?
I'll let you get back to work.
Come back anytime.
Yeah, I wish we got to see an episode of his TV show. That would be pretty cool. So let's see. Maybe we have to. Let's finish proving that John is innocent. We're gonna confront Tino here. Tino, were you just faking evidence to make John look guilty?
What's going on?
You're the one who pulled that emergency brake, aren't you?
Me? What, are you joking?
Care to explain how packing material from the box those thermometers were in wound up on the floor over there?
You're just some teenage nobody. I don't have to listen to this.
You're right, you don't. Neither do the other passengers. But unless you give me a good reason not to, I think I'll tell them anyway.
Look, maybe I was a little hasty, pointing a finger at the ghost guy like that. Maybe all those lies people have been spreading are starting to get to me. Maybe I thought it would help if I got a little positive press by solving a crime aboard a haunted train. Maybe I apologize. And, maybe you can see fit not to let any of this go beyond this room?
Well, no harm done, I guess.
Great. Well, what else can I do for you?
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
Is Tino actually sorry about what he did? I'm not so sure. Tino did not act like somebody who's very sorry. Maybe I apologize. How about no? You apologize for real. You could have killed me, Tino.
Yes?
I hear that Tino and you used to be an item.
How did you know that?
So it's true?
We went out a couple of times, yeah. As for why we stopped going out, you'd have to ask him.
Bye.
As soon as you figure it out, let me know.
I love this romance drama. So they broke up. Why did they break up, Tino? This is why Laurie could be a romance novelist. All she has to do is write about her own life.
What's going on?
How come you told me you and Laurie never went out, and she told me you did?
Don't you ever stop asking questions?
When people start answering them honestly, I do.
I dumped her, okay? I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not happy about what I did, but it's done. It's over. Now let's drop it.
Guess I'll just have to go talk to Laurie again.
You are incredibly irritating, you know that? I dumped her because people said going out with her would make me look bad. Said she was a joke, that no one took her seriously. Said if I started hanging with her, no one would take me seriously. So I stopped calling.
Did you ever tell Laurie any of this?
No. Now take a powder. I don't feel like talking anymore.
He's so sad.
Still don't feel like talking.
He remembers how much he loved her. He can't talk. That's how much he loves Laurie. He just can't even handle it. Well, I'm not saying the ghosty ghost thingy here. Very sorry. I keep trying to get that ghost thing, and that ghost thing is not showing up. I guess I could try leaving this room and going back and forth a couple of times. Yeah. He dumped her because people thought they wouldn't. He thought nobody would take him seriously. Nobody really took you seriously to begin with, though. Alright, so Hardy Boys.
Nancy, you missed it.
Missed
Whoa.
what?
The argument of the century.
Joe, he's exaggerating.
Oh, come on. You heard them. They were ready to tear each other to shreds.
Who?
Charlena and Laurie.
All we heard was the tail end of it, and unfortunately we really couldn't make out what they were saying.
So you don't know what they were arguing about?
No.
But whatever it was, both of them were absolutely out of their minds, livid.
And it would probably be a good idea to find out why.
Let me look into it. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You know where to find us.
Alrighty. People here in the chat are screaming at me to take a look at this picture.
Is this Jake and his wife?
Yes. From what I've read, Camille loved to sing and dance, even in death, apparently. Jake reportedly told people that after she died, he would sometimes see strange glowing lights outside the windows at night, bobbing gracefully alongside the train as if dancing with it. He said he found the sight very comforting. I suspect normal people would have found it terrifying.
Woo! So she talked about that ghosty ghost? Maybe that's the trigger which makes the ghost appear? Let's see. Ooh, here it is.
What is that?
Woo! Whoa. It certainly does look like a dancing person, doesn't it? Yep.
More questions?
Would you like to see the letter that Laurie gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mine? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
What were you and Laurie arguing about earlier today?
Laurie and I? We weren't arguing. We were simply discussing a topic about which both of us are passionate, that's all.
Were you discussing her wanting to be a romance novelist?
No. And even if we were, that's really none of your business. I know that sounds harsh, but really, Nancy, eavesdropping is so tacky.
Actually, it was Frank and Joe Hardy who overheard you. They said I should talk to you before they gave me all the gory details, but since you obviously don't want to tell me your side of the story, I'll just have to get the scoop from them.
No, you don't have to do that. A storyline that Laurie submitted to me found its way into my last book, despite the fact that she never received compensation for it. She's reading the book now, and when she got to that part, she freaked.
You stole one of her ideas?
She had no business sending me unsolicited material. But technically, yes. Now, legally, she can't prove anything, and I'm certainly not about to admit anything, and it's not as if she needs the money. But that's what we were arguing about. For what it's worth, I'm going to talk to this producer I know to see if he'll cast Laurie in his next movie. It'll help ease my conscience, and who knows? She could wind up being a star. I mean, she is blonde.
Maybe you could ease your conscience by apologizing to Laurie for stealing her idea. I wonder what idea she came up with. Like, Laurie came up with a legitimate good idea for use in a romance novel.
Aren't you even going to try finding out what happened to Jake Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Laurie release me from all the silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller. Although I highly doubt it.
Why are you so sure that Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all-too-common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
But why was his train found out in the middle of nowhere with just the dead engineer on board?
That does make the story a little more interesting. My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to return, took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Blue Moon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
I should get going.
Let me know if you run across anything juicy.
Alrighty, so back to the Hardys.
Hey, how's it going?
Were you able to find anything out about Jake's engineer, that James Thurston guy?
Good news and bad news. The good news is he had a wife in Copper Gorge, so he may have had children.
The bad news is our internet service provider stopped providing before we could use our cell phones to find out anything else.
That's okay. We can do more checking when we get to Copper Gorge.
Right.
Good.
See you soon.
You better.
So when we're actually in Copper Gorge, we will be able to solve those two puzzles.
Hey, how's it going?
See you in a bit.
You better.
Let's talk to the engineer.
This better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
The engineer doesn't want to talk to us, jeez.
Can't go outside until the train stops.
Righties, let's see. What am I trying to do now? Do I need to talk to,
More questions?
you some more?
What do you think happened to Camille?
She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
Well, I'll let you go.
That would be nice.
Ah, okay. So what we want to do now is, we could have done this earlier. You could do this at the very start of the game. But we need to solve this puzzle. Very simple puzzle. What you need to do is just make these pieces form the picture, which is on the lid. Right-click to rotate some of them. I guess maybe it's not the easiest of the puzzles. Let's see. This piece goes on top, clearly. And that piece doesn't go on bottom. That piece doesn't go there either, I don't think. That doesn't go there. Ha! Let's see. It's a green piece. Here we go. There's a green leaf going out there, so this is a green leaf going out there. Almost done, I think. What if I rotate these two pieces? There.
Left pickaxe and lamp with buhl for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
That's connected to this puzzle, because we know we have to get his pickaxe. So go to Copper Gorge, Colorado. We had to do that anyway to let her goodness rub off on me. And we go to Copper Gorge for the engineer's grandson.
Hey, how's it going?
And we need to go to Copper Gorge for Buell. So, lots of stuff for us to do in Copper Gorge. and will be arriving right now.
Remember the design for that contraption I told you about? Well, I think Jake gave the pickaxe and lantern that you need to operate it to somebody named Buell.
Buell? Joe, show her.
Show her what?
That old picture we found.
Okay.
We found this on the bookshelf. See? Buell's Supplies and Pawn Shop. That's gotta be the same Buell Jake gave his axe and lantern to.
Yeah, 100 years ago. And the guy was a pawnbroker, Frank. The stuff's probably long gone.
Or maybe it's still somewhere in Copper Gorge.
Well, that's where we're headed, so let's just hope for the best.
Right.
Moo. So we passed by a lot of farms. Oh hey, there's an animal. On our way to Copper Gorge, Colorado. Let's see, multiple places. Let's start with this one.
Yes?
Oh, this is creepy.
You startled me. Do you work here?
I do. Are you looking for someone?
Yes, Camille Hurley. She died back in the 1800s.
Ah, Camille. Beautiful crypt, wonderful view, good drainage. Whoever buried her must have loved her very much.
May I go inside it?
You may, but unfortunately you can't.
Why not?
I accidentally dropped the key down the grate that's in front of the crypt. If you can retrieve it, you can keep it. I'm having another one made. But if you do go into the crypt, just remember, you won't be alone.
That's creepy, so we need to get
Well, there's the
this.
key. I just need to find something that key will stick to. I need something long and sticky.
Indeed. So, Nancy will, that's going to be a puzzle to get to the crypt. And check it out. It's the Copper Gorge Museum and Taffy Shop.
Hey there! Welcome to Buell's Old Time Taffy House. Come on over here. Welcome, stranger. Listen, you by any chance get here on that private train what's parked out yonder?
As a matter of fact, yes, I did.
There's a rumor going around that Charlena Purcell's on board. Is that true?
As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Hot dang if that don't beat all. I've read every single book that gal's ever written. Best writer whatever lived. Did she get off the train too?
I don't think so. She's pretty busy.
Charlena Purcell herself right here in Copper Gorge, breathing the same air as me. Hot dang! Well, welcome, little missy. Go on in and take a gander at what life was like during the heyday of Copper Gorge whilst you sample some of our delicious homemade saltwater taffy.
So this is some kind of museum?
Why, it's the best kind of museum, sister. It's free. You can gape and gawk and ooh and ah to your heart's content. Least you can till I close up.
Woo! Free museum!
Where'd all this stuff come from?
Been in the family for years. For centuries, in fact. See, Buell was my great-great-uncle. This building used to be his general store. During the glory days back in the 1880s, he commenced a pawnbrokering. So the miners Copper Gorge was crawling with back then could raise some cash to pay for grub and tools and such. But pretty soon, the mining boom went bust. And there was Uncle Buell, stuck with a whole store full of junk. Only it wasn't junk to him. Debris from lost lives and broken dreams, is what he called it. Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it. So, he passed it on to his kin. My great-granddaddy's the one who come up with the idea of turning the place into a tourist attraction.
No offense, but it doesn't look like you're attracting that many tourists.
That's 'cause it's the off-season. Come summer, we're rolling in tourists. Mostly on account of the taffy. Tourists just love taffy. Especially when you dangle a free sample in front of them to get them hooked. Of course, it ain't really free. Some taffy on a stick'll cost you 2 tokens. Which you can get by winning both those games over there.
Are they hard?
Danged if I know. Come to think of it, I've never played them. But you're getting me off track here, missy. Fact of the matter is they're free. Lest you go messing with the artifacts I got in here. Do that and you'll be headfirst in the nearest snowdrift before you know what hit you.
Do you by any chance have any of Jake Hurley's things in here?
Jake who?
Hurley. He was a miner. I think he may have left a lamp and a pickaxe with your great-great-uncle.
Never heard of him. Of course, that don't mean his stuff's not here. Just means you're just gonna have to look around and see for yourself. But remember, Susie Q, don't touch.
Pleasure talking to you.
I'll bet it was.
Okay, so that's Fatima. Oh, and she's in charge of here, this Copper Gorge area.
Something tells me I better not go. This looks just like the insignia I saw on the train. I'll bet this was Jake's trunk.
Sure
You
was.
ain't touching anything over there, are you, missy?
Oops, I'd better go ask permission before I mess with this.
Hi. Hey, can I get permission to mess with this stuff? Please?
You still here?
Do you know what's in that old trunk over there?
Why? You ain't been fooling with it, have you?
Oh no, of course not. No, I just thought it might contain the lamp and pickaxe that I asked you about before.
Well, if it does, you can forget about him, 'cause it's locked. None of my kin have ever been able to figure out how to open it. Not even my cousin Alvin, and he went to junior college.
Would it be okay if I tried to open it?
Well, now, I certainly ain't gonna let you break it open if that's what you're getting at.
Oh no, I would never use force, believe me. But in order to try to get it open, I would have to, touch it.
Nope, sorry, not gonna happen, little missy. Unless...
Unless?
Tell you what, you get Charlene Purcell to come in here so's I can shake her hand, and I'll let you fiddle with that trunk till the cows come home.
You know what? I've got a better idea.
Now, what could be better than me coming face to face with the lady who writes the finest literature this here country's ever seen?
Well, that's just it. If you were to just meet her, you'd have nothing to show for it. Afterwards, she'd go her way and you go yours, and that would be it. But if you were to, say, get her autograph, well, then you'd have something to hang on the wall and brag about.
Okay. Make it so's I can meet her and get her autograph.
Oh, but the thing is, she's on a deadline, and if you take her away from her writing, she may fall behind. And if she falls behind, her publisher may pull the plug. And if her publisher pulls the plug, it could ruin her career. Do you really want to risk ruining Charlene Purcell's career?
Good heavens, of course not. All right, you just get me Charlene's autograph, and you got a deal. Just make sure she uses my name. I want it real personal-like.
You bet. And your name is?
Fatima, with an F. None of that weirdo PH stuff.
Okay, Fatima. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Fatima. And so that's a puzzle. We're going to have to get that autograph. And we need to play these games in order to get some taffy. Woo! Taffy! Oh no, this is a pachinko game. Okay. And I am losing. I'll try again. Yes? No? Yes? Oh, that one missed. Oh no! Well, it's pachinko. You just have to get lucky, I guess. Oh no! 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 If I just try pulling it down all the way. I don't know, it seems to bounce out pretty randomly. Oh, I'm trying. Come on, you could do it. You could do it. You could do it, Miner. I'm gonna lose, aren't I?
Neener.
No. Oh. This game is just so random. There we go. I got a couple of good ones. Yahoo! Come on, you could do it, Miner. No! I just got attacked multiple times in a row. That's just not fair. What do I have to do? Just do that, like, just little ones at the start. Nope, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose again. Neener, neener, neener.
Neener, neener, neener.
Oh, dear. You think Fatima would be able to know whether or not a game is hard or easy depending on how long it takes somebody to beat it, right? She should be able to say, oh, well, it takes everybody 10 minutes to beat that game. I guess it's not too easy. Woo! Oh, come on, yeah. Oh. I'm getting nothing here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. Come on, come on. Hee-hee! That might have been good. We might win here. Oh, no, yes, yes. No, no. Lost.
Neener, neener, neener.
Oh, no. Yeehaw! Oh dear. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Hey, there we go, that was a good one. Oh! Okay, almost. Yeah. Yahoo! So it looks like I'm about even with the bad guy. A little bit ahead, maybe. Oh, now the bad guy's totally ahead. Yeah. I forgot, the bad guy moves a little faster than you. Forcing you to get multiple things in order to win. Come on! You can do it, Nancy! Yahoo! Oh, that's gonna do it for me. That rattlesnake. Ow. Oh. Ooh, that was good. Okay, there we go. Got pretty far ahead. Ah. Oh dear. Oh, come on. This game is just so not fair. Oh. Yahoo! Yahoo! I might be able to win here. I think I'm gonna stop here and see if this works. I'm not gonna try to jinx it. No, I don't know. Oh. I'm just not a fan of this puzzle. Yeah, this puzzle is just killing me. And I've already lost this round. Okay. Yeah, this is just unfair. So just spamming the board does nothing. spamming the board. Yeah, like that. Nope. Nope. I guess you could try spamming it like this.
Yahoo!
Yeah?
Yahoo!
There we go. Okay, I think I'm enough ahead that I can just stop here. Stop here. And then just hope I've got enough of a lead that I win. Yes. Please just give me this victory. We got it. Yay, we got token number 1. And now, number 2, this game. Pick a horse and then pull the lever.
Phooey.
And I think there's no way to, predict this. I think it's just you pick a horse and you get a 1 in 5 chance of getting it correct.
Phooey.
Oh, phooey. Okay, let's keep trying with this. I'll just go with the green horse, I guess, every time. Ooh, green's winning! Green, you can do it! No!
Loser.
Don't call me a loser, Nancy. I've been trying really, really hard, okay? Oh. Green?
Phooey.
Yeah, okay, I'll try green again.
And I lose.
Okay. Green has to win sometime. I think everybody besides green has won at this point. Yeah! Yay!
Looks like to get some taffy on a stick, I'm going to need 2 different tokens. Can't get anything without a token.
So put both tokens in, and you get the taffy on a stick. Excellent, so we need to use the taffy on a stick here.
I just need to find something that key will stick to. Gotcha.
Got it. Great. So we got a slug there. And this is copper. Right, that's copper. Let me take a picture of this. So copper, unless I'm mistaken, is Cu. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to put this thing here.
This indentation looks familiar.
So it said copper is green, red, purple, green, red, purple, yellow, orange, and blue. gem.
In the letter he wrote to his niece, Jake said she should go to Camille's grave and let Camille's goodness rub off on her. Rub as in rubbing, maybe?
Yep. So that's that puzzle. We need to make a rubbing, but we'll need to get some of that taffy paper in order to make a rubbing.
Got Charlena's autograph for me yet?
Still working on it.
Well, you just better work a little harder. I ain't getting any younger, you know.
Oh, well, she refuses to talk to me until I get that autograph. So let's get that autograph thing. Okay, heading over here.
More questions?
I met a huge fan of yours in town who'd really, really like your autograph. An autographed picture would be even better.
Imagine that. Me having fans way out here in the boonies. Well, I'm sure I have a picture around here somewhere. But what I don't have is a pen. Usually I just ask my assistant for one.
I have a pencil here somewhere.
A pencil won't do, dear. It has to be ink. See if you can borrow a pen from somebody.
Sounds good. And I think I forgot this. Gonna grab it. Yep. Our buddy Tino Balducci is the one who has a pen. So let's go see Tino, eh?
I can't stay mad at a fellow detective. What do you need?
Do you by any chance have a pen I could borrow?
Why, I'm surprised at you. Don't you know that every detective should carry a pen?
Actually, I carry a pencil.
Well, as it happens, I got lots of pens. Tell you what, if you can play that Leaping Lizards game I found over there and do better than I did when I played it, which shouldn't be that hard seeing as how smart you are, I'll give you a pen. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, the object of the game is to get rid of as many lizards as you can by jumping them with other lizards until you can't jump anymore. Last time I played, I wound up with just 5 lizards. If you can wind up with only 4, the pen's yours.
Let's see. How do you do this puzzle? Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be difficult. Okay. Something like this. Maybe. Yeah? Something like this, maybe? There we go. Good, good. Okay, I've jumped a lot of them, but I need to be very careful now. So what did Tino say? End up with just 5?
You lost. Guess you're not so smart after all. Try again.
He wanted 4. Okay.
Well, sure.
It's basically Chinese checkers. That's what this puzzle is. If you've ever heard of Chinese checkers, it's played just like this. I think I messed up. I need to get way closer over here on the right-hand side. There we go. So, I'm gonna jump this so I could jump that, so I could jump that, so I could jump this. So I could jump that, so I could jump that. And I've got nothing to do with those two on that side. So if I jump that, I can jump this. Jump this. Done.
I did it! I won!
Woo!
Talk about luck. Here's your pen. What else can I do for you?
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Not a problem.
Sure does look a lot like the Fox and Geese game. Yeah, it does. That is definitely true. Let's talk to Laurie.
Yes?
Oh.
We'll talk some more later.
Keep me posted.
I guess we can't. Let's just use this pen. We'll give it to Charlena so we can get that autograph for Fatima. That way we can ask Fatima for some paper. unless I'm mistaken, we'll meet the Hardy Boys. I was trying to go to talk to John. Unless I'm mistaken, we'll meet the Hardy Boys along the way.
What's up?
I saw a bunch of weird glowing lights outside the window of the sleeping car.
Really? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Charlena said Jake Hurley used to see them too, only he attributed them to his dead wife, Camille.
They're probably some form of piezoelectricity. See, my guess is quartz crystals in the ground are being compressed as the train passes over them, and the resulting voltage, called piezoelectricity, is manifesting itself as glowing lights, probably because of some quirk in the train's shape or in the composition of the metals used in its construction. It was custom-built, remember.
So it's a natural phenomenon, not a ghostly one?
Take it from me. Old Mother Nature was capable of some pretty scary stuff.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Here we go.
Have you found a pen so I can autograph that picture?
I got it from Tino. You can keep it. If you could have it say, to Fatima, that'd be great.
There you go.
That's just a scribble. Could you give a real autograph? Like, I can read to Fatima. I can't read that.
Anything else?
I should get going.
That would be nice.
Just scribbling everywhere. Okay, let's go here.
Hey, Nancy.
The Hardy Boys. Ha-ha!
There you are. We've been looking for you.
Yeah, you won't believe the lucky break we caught.
Lucky break? Hey, that was the result of good old-fashioned detective work.
It was the result of your insisting we stop for a cheeseburger.
Guys, what's going on?
Well, it turns out that a grandchild of Jake's engineer still lives around here.
What's more, he hangs out at the local diner. Comes in every day.
Apparently, he's pretty ancient.
And you found that out because of a hamburger?
Ah, and you found that out when you stopped there so Joe could get a hamburger.
Cheeseburger.
The thing is, the owner of the diner wouldn't agree to point the guy out unless one of us fills in for his short-order cook.
He's got to go home and wait for the cable guy or something.
And since Joe here barely knows how to boil water, guess who got the job?
Way to go, Joe.
Hey, I can boil water. It's just that when it's got things floating in it, I get confused.
Speaking of confused, get this. Balducci convinced Laurie that Jake's mine is somewhere right here in Copper Gorge, so he, Laurie, and John Gray are hiking up the mountain out there even as we speak.
Like that bumblebrain's gonna find anything.
Sounds like now might be a good time to do some serious poking around on the train.
Good thought.
Hey, I better get going. Wish me luck.
I'll go with you. You can make me a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Yummy.
Got that autograph?
Got something better, an autographed picture.
Hot dang! She spelled my name right and everything. Go ahead, little missy. Have a go at that trunk. Whatever's inside, it's all yours.
Yeehaw! So let's get these things inside that trunk. Lead is the key. So lead. So it's gonna be red, and then green, then blue, orange, yellow, and purple.
Well, here's Jake's lamp. Another slug. Could come in handy.
Great.
But where's his pickaxe?
No pickaxe. And, yeah.
Welcome back.
Where's that pickaxe?
Have you by any chance ever come across a pickaxe that had the initials JH carved into it?
Why?
Because it used to belong to Jake Hurley, and I really, really need it. I thought it would be in that old trunk, but it wasn't.
You got that trunk open? Wait till I tell Cousin Alvin. He thinks he's so smart. As for that pickaxe, so happens I got it upstairs in my kitchen. Use it to open the coconuts Aunt Lucy sends me every year from Hawaii.
Do you think I could have it?
Why, no, you can't have it. How would I open them coconuts?
But your great-great-uncle, do you really think Buell would approve of you using something that belonged to some poor miner to open coconuts?
Oh, okay. I'll let you have the pickaxe. After you do something for me.
Sure.
I got a bunch of taffy over there what needs sorting. Just follow the directions that are posted by the machine. Them belts get moving pretty fast, so you gotta keep your wits about you. While you're doing that, I'll fetch that pickaxe.
You got a deal.
Yeah, so Joe Hardy likes cheeseburgers in the Hardy Boys books, too, by the way. I always find it funny when I read a Hardy Boys book and there's a reference to Joe's love of cheeseburgers. And there's the framed photo. She hung the framed photo up there. It's cute.
Wax paper for the taffy. Would you mind if I took a piece of wax paper?
Guess I could let you have a piece.
Let's see. That's a reject. Green is apple. That's a reject. Yellow's banana. That's easy. Green apple. Already knew that. Yellow banana. Oh, I'm so good at this. Orange is mango. Blueberry. Obviously. Green apple. Red. Where's red? Strawberry. That's a reject. Well, that's mango again. Blueberry. Strawberry. Blueberry. Ignore that one. Purple's grape. This is fine. This puzzle's going fine. This is so much easier than the puzzle earlier of trying to get the miner up the hill. Mango and banana.
Yes, indeedy.
Woohoo! Like, no mistakes. Wow, so much easier than the horse puzzle or the other puzzle. I don't know why some puzzles are so much easier than others. In Fatima's place.
Got that taffy sorted?
No problem. That was easy.
You sneak any freebies while you were at it?
It was pretty tempting, but nope, I sure didn't.
Well, ain't you the goody two-shoes? Truth is, wouldn't have minded too much if you had, long as you fessed up to it. Here's the pickaxe. Cracked the handle pretty bad on the last batch of coconuts. You sure you want it?
Positive.
There you go. Don't hurt yourself.
I won't. Thank you. Hello?
Hey, it's Frank. I'm in the kitchen of the diner playing short order cook.
Has that grandchild of Jake's engineer showed up yet?
Just came in with this lady who's even older than he is. And get this. He's a retired miner, so every time I finish an order and ring the pickup bell, he thinks it's the mine shaft elevator bell. And for some reason it makes him start telling his lady friend about his grandfather.
You mean you ring the bell and he starts talking about James Thurston?
Exactly. Of course, 5 seconds later, he's rambling on about something totally unrelated, but I just fill an order, ring the bell, and ding, he picks up right where he left off. That is, unless I fill the order wrong and the waitress chews me out. She's got a voice like a chainsaw. Very distracting.
Sounds like you better keep your ears open and your nose to the grindstone.
I am. Just wanted to keep you posted.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
So this is a puzzle. We just make a bunch of cheeseburgers. Onions, jalapenos, mustard, bacon, and cheese. Onions. Jalapenos. Hot mustard. Bacon. Bacon and cheese.
So do you know what you want to order yet, Edna?
I'm still looking.
Did I tell you that my granddaddy was the engineer on a private train owned by one of the richest men that ever passed through Copper Gorge? Jake Hurley was his name. Yes, sir, my granddaddy was Jake's private engineer for more than 25 years. Told my daddy that men don't come any crazier than Jake Hurley, or any nicer. Treated my granddaddy real well, and told him stuff. Real important stuff. Stuff he made my granddaddy swear to never ever forget. Stuff that my granddaddy told my daddy, and that my daddy told me. Why don't you get the egg salad, Edna? Eggs are back to being good for you, you know. Seems like just last year all those... Yes, sir, Jake Hurley told my granddaddy things he never told another living soul. Not even his wife. I tell you about her, Edna?
I don't think so.
Camille was her name. Camille Boulet. That's French, you know. Of course, she died so young that poor Jake didn't have time to tell her anything. According to my granddaddy, one summer day she had a dizzy spell and fell and hit her head. She didn't take well to the heat, see? And sometimes in the summer, when they were going through the desert, why, that train'd be just like an oven. Anyway, Granddad said she got right up afterwards and seemed okay. But a couple hours later, Jake found her in her room, dead as a doornail. Now there's another expression that kind of makes you wonder. Dead as a door. The way my granddaddy died, that was kind of strange too. I ever tell you how my granddaddy died?
No, I don't think you did.
My daddy, he came home from school one day to find a railroad official telling his mom that Granddad been found dead in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada. He was in the engine of Jake Hurley's train, just kind of slumped over with his hands still on the throttle. The strange thing is, nobody else was on board the train, yet the door to the engine was locked and barred. It was like Granddad was trying to keep someone out, like he was running from something, like something finally scared him so bad his heart just stopped. Of course, he was in his 60s at the time, and back then that was old. Doesn't seem so old now, does it, Edna? Here I am, pushing 93, and still spry as a spring chicken. Spring chicken! Now where do you suppose that expression came from? Why not spring goose or summer chicken? I just want... I ever tell you about the mine my granddaddy said Jake Hurley'd found?
He found a mine?
A couple years before he died, Granddad told my daddy that Jake found a vein in the mountains somewhere and was mining it all by himself, so no one would steal it out from under him. He wouldn't even tell Granddad where the mine was. What he'd do is have Granddad drive the train real slow so he could jump off without Granddad seeing him. Then Granddad would pick him up at a prearranged spot a few days later. Oh, they didn't call him Crazy Jake Hurley for nothing. Speaking of crazy, you see how much Abner's charging for a haircut at that shop of his now? $20! But what's even crazier is people are actually paying him that. I told him the only way I'd pay him $20 would be if I came in with hair down to my knees. He just laughed and said I was a crazy one. $20 for a haircut? What is this world coming to? But the craziest thing Jake Hurley ever did was tell Granddad the secret to finding his mine. He made him swear to tell it to my daddy and nobody else. Eventually, my daddy, he told me. And it was so bizarre that I remember it to
peanut
this
butter,
day,
pickle, bacon.
though I sure don't understand
Lots
how
of
it has
cheese,
helped
lots of
anybody find
bacon.
his mine. But since my daddy didn't tell me not to tell anybody, this is what Crazy Jake Hurley told Granddad, word for word. The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare.
The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare?
Frank, are you sure that's what he said?
I'm positive.
He said a lot of crazy things, but they make sense to me. He's explaining where all those various gems go.
Are you sure that's all he said?
Look, this guy was old, okay? I mean, we're talking Jurassic. And guys that old don't joke around. They don't have time to. What you just heard is what I heard, word for word.
Talk to you later.
You know where to find us.
All right, see you Hardy Boys later. So let's go over here. I'm gonna make a rubbing now that we have the taffy. The taffy paper. Where's Nancy's pencil? Here. Excellent. We have to do this 4 times in a row. 1 for each corner. So Wisdom, eternity, charity, and purity.
Wisdom, charity, purity, eternity.
Woo! Back onto the train. What's going to be the key for this puzzle? So symbols in that order. I forget what the solution to this puzzle is. Is it 3, 4, 7, 5? Nope, that's totally not it. Okay, let's get these symbols here. Oh, hey, John's not here. That's great. Okay, so purity is the harp. So I'm going to have to write this down. Purity, harp. And what were the other ones? Eternity is crown. Eternity, crown. Charity, dove. And what was the other one? Wisdom, eternity, wisdom. Wisdom. So wisdom is... I'm not seeing wisdom. Owl. Wisdom, owl. So we'll try to get those, I'll get those figured out momentarily. And let's play this song while John's not here. Gives us the spyglass.
Spyglass. I'll bet it's the one I need for Jake's projector.
Okay, so owl is 7. And then a dove is 9. Eternity, which is a crown. A crown is 6. And then a harp is 3. 3. Fantastic. Okay, and so we wanted to get that eagle, right? The eagle is 2. So we need to get eagle being number 2. Oh, and while Tino's not here, we're just going to take this gem. Got it.
I wonder if that eagle has something to do with the eagle in that painting in the dining car.
So we need it to be 2, something like 2. Okay, so let's get a 10 here. That's not 2. That's a difference of 4. So how can I switch these things around so it'd be 2? Swap the 3 and the 1. Got it. Done. Okay. So I opened up the eagle in the dining car. Burgers, yes. Let's get some cheeseburgers after we beat this game. Let's get all these jewels into place. So there's that one. This is going to be the yellowish one. A hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Something by a soft arm is ensnared. And Peridot rests at the foot of the mare. Good.
Whoa, looks like I did something right.
So we put all those together, and that's how you solve the puzzle. It's pretty awesome. Okay, we have the pickaxe, but the pickaxe is broken. It's going to break right now.
Oh no. What I need is some duct tape. How can I repair this?
So you need some duct tape. John will have duct tape.
Sup?
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Got some right there in my gearbox. That's the good news. The bad news is, I can't open the box. It's an antique lockbox that I found in this abandoned monastery I scoped out on my show last year. You can open it with either the key, which I just discovered I forgot to bring with me, or the combination, which you're supposed to be able to figure out just by looking at the box. Fortunately, I didn't put anything critical in there. I've never tried to open it without the key, but if you want that duct tape, go ahead and give it a shot.
Thanks, I think I will.
If you get it open, the duct tape's all yours.
I bet the animals should start from the left shore.
Yeah, so the animals start at the left shore. Then he takes the cat over, and the cat stays there. The cat's on the right-hand shore. Okay, and then he takes the bird over. And he takes the cat over. Then takes the peacock over. Then those two are together. And then finally the cat. There's the duct tape. And we could talk to John about one more thing I saw.
I hear Tino took you and Laurie for a little hike today.
Don't remind me. Turns out Tino had no idea where he was going. Good thing for him, my fingers were frozen stiff. Otherwise, I would have strangled him.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Pleasure talking to you.
A very ornate box in order to get duct tape. I kind of wish we had gotten to solve the puzzle there. That's like a famous math puzzle. I guess it's not a math puzzle, it's just a logic puzzle. You have 3 items and you're trying to get them from the left shore to the right shore. But some animals eat other animals. So you notice that cat wasn't allowed to be with the one bird. Otherwise the cat would eat the bird.
Nothing happened. This contraption is obviously powered by something, but what?
Well, let's turn on the power first. Let's turn on the power. So, provided that I have solved the pipes puzzle everywhere. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so I need to take more notes. Okay, so this was up left was wisdom. And then up right is eternity. And then charity is down left. And purity is down right. So we want to put them in this specific order. We want up left first. Then we want down left. So it's going to be 7, 9. I hope I'm getting this correct. Then up right, which would be eternity, crown, and 6. And then down right is the next one. Okay, so let's see if we got this right. 7, 9, 6, 3.
More pipes. Why am I not surprised?
Let's get all these pipes together. Yes. Yeah, I think I've got it.
That should do it.
Woo! Okay. And then the final one will be in the room with the Hardy Boys, behind that eagle picture, which I unlocked.
And naturally, we have still more pipes.
Oh, yeah, okay, this is kind of tough. Because the reds and the blues can move independently, or they can move together. So, maybe something like this to begin with. To take care of those things on the left. That looks perfect.
There, that looks right.
Great. So, let's see if we can turn this on.
Looks like some sort of steam valve. Sounds like steam from the engine is moving through those pipes now.
Good. So let's see if there's anything I've missed, or if I'm 100% done with this long, long puzzle that Jake Hurley set up for us. He really wanted to protect that gold mine. Here we go. Oh no. Something's wrong?
Darn, I must be missing something.
I think I know what I'm missing. I forgot to put this into place. The lantern. Right? Whoa. Crazy machine, huh?
Okay, looks like that goes there.
Lantern goes there. We want to put this stuff inside it. And we also want to put... Where's that spyglass?
There.
There.
It should work now.
Okay, beautiful. And let's go.
And we have liftoff.
This is gonna be a cool cutscene. Something out of a Star Wars movie. Crazy.
That's where Jake's mine is. Brimstone Canyon.
Don't you look all excited. What's up?
I think I know where Jake's mine is. Tell the engineer to head for a place in Nevada called Brimstone Canyon.
Way to go! I knew you could do it, Francie.
Not Francie, Nancy.
Nancy.
Here's the deal. When we get there, I'm going to make sure that you get to be the first one to check out the mine. I'll call everyone together in the dining car, and while we're in there, you slip off the train. Will 10 minutes be enough of a head start?
You don't have to give me a head start.
Think of it as your reward. Of course, anything you find in the mine is, well, mine. So if I find out that you've taken something without telling me, let's just say things could get ugly.
Don't worry, you can trust me.
I have the feeling that thanks to you, we are about to discover something huge. Great job, Amy.
Thank you.
All aboard!
Woohoo! So we found, not Blue Moon Canyon, but Brimstone Canyon. Huh, I guess we don't go to Blue Moon Canyon. But it's very close near Blue Moon Canyon. That should be good.
Sounds like the train's leaving. Where's it going? Well, Frank and Joe will make sure it comes back for me. I hope.
Yeah, the train just left without Nancy. Hopefully the Hardy Boys realize she's missing soon. This is a puzzle. You want to click these 6 things in the correct order. I believe it's random every time. Got it. Woo! Huge head start.
Whoa!
Woohoo! So now we can go inside the mine.
Right, this is the entrance to Jake's mine. Whoa, what's going on here? Jake's color wheel seems to be pointing toward purple. Wow, glowing lizards. Cool, but weird.
So I go towards the purple ones. Now I go to the red ones. Basically follow the color. That's on the color wheel. Yellow, and then purple down. It's now orange, and you might want to keep track of these symbol-y things. Woo, there's a symbol. Okay, there's orange, red, and then yellow. Looks like green is next. Purple, and yellow. Oh, there's another
Wonder
symbol.
what that's doing there. Uh-oh, there's some kind of chamber on the other side of those poles. But if I move the wrong one, the ceiling will collapse. Jake was too meticulous not to have left a clue somewhere as to how you're supposed to move them.
So you want to click on all the symbols in the correct order. I didn't show them all off, but there's
I've
one.
seen that symbol before. Okay, so far so good.
And then here's 2, and then this one looks like a rocking horse. And then 3... Oh, no, that's 3. So 4 is this. And 5 was this one. And the last one we saw, just over here, this one. The one that looks like a J.
I should be able to get through there now.
So here is Jake Hurley.
Jake Hurley, I presume?
Yep, he died.
Camille. It figures he'd be carrying a picture of her. There's something underneath it.
He died with a picture of Camille and...
Looks like a letter. April 14th, 1865.
A letter from President Abraham Lincoln the day Lincoln was killed.
Your humble friend, Abe. Oh my gosh, this is from Abraham Lincoln. And April 14th is the day he was assassinated. This letter must be worth a fortune.
That's just what I thought, too. See, what I didn't tell you when I gave you that letter Jake wrote to Ruth is that I also found his diary, which is how I found out he'd gotten to be friends with President Lincoln, and that he'd gotten a letter from Abe that he knew would be so valuable someday that he always kept it on his person. Can I have it?
Sure.
See, I knew if we could just find Jake's body, we'd find the letter. And you did it, Amy. You did it. I'm going to be famous. Good famous for once.
So you never really cared about finding Jake's mine?
Nah. I mean, it would have been nice if it was filled with gold and silver and stuff, but this is what I was really after.
And you followed me because you didn't trust me?
I trusted you to find it. I just didn't trust you to give it to me. And now that you have... You know, I'd really, really be famous if I could say I found this all by myself. But even if I got you to lie for me, how do I know you'd keep lying? Oh my gosh. What if there was like this cave-in and we were trapped, but I was the only one who made it out?
Excuse me?
Oh my gosh! That way I could not only say that I found the letter, but that I tried to save you. Only you did something stupid, and it was all I could do to save myself. Oh my gosh! I'd make the national news for sure, and people would say I was smart and resourceful and courageous even.
Laurie, you can't be serious. That's crazy.
You don't understand. People are finally going to respect me. I have to do this. Sorry.
Laurie! The opening's blocked. I'm trapped. Now how am I going to get out of here?
So yes, Laurie creates a cave-in to kill Nancy Drew just because Laurie wants to be good famous. Laurie, you monster!
Maybe I could get out of here in this.
So, Nancy gets to escape on a minecart, which is kind of cool. Okay, you don't want to go to death, so here you want to click left or right. Click in the direction that's not death. Looks like we've got death over there on the left, so I'm clicking here on the right. Okay, again, click clicking on the right because there's death on the left. This is so cool. I like the animation in this scene. It's like, we're on a minecart. Okay, and here you want to click on the left because death to the right. And that's it. That's the end of the game. Oh, no, it's not. Left! No, left! I thought that was the last one. Death! Oh. Okay, we'll try it again. This is so intense. I do like it. It's cool. Okay, right here. Go to the right. This one is to the right as well. Woo! It's cool. This would be like a neat roller coaster. Okay, right. Left. Left again. I think that's it. I think this is it. Smashed into Laurie. She fell in the mud.
Laurie, are you all right?
Nancy, is everything okay?
It is now.
As soon as we discovered you and Laurie weren't on the train, we jumped off and hightailed it back here.
What the heck's going on?
I'm sure Laurie will be glad to tell you all about it.
Darn you, Natalie!
It's Nancy. Dear Hannah, some hostess Laurie Gerard turned out to be. When her father heard that she'd tried to seal me up in that mine, he canceled all her credit cards and said that from now on, Laurie'll have to support herself. She has yet to stop crying. Tino Balducci told reporters that he knew what Laurie was up to all along and said he let Frank, Joe, and me solve the case so we amateurs could enjoy his limelight. Joe was just about to belt him when a big argument broke out between John Gray and Charlena over whether John had really recorded Camille's ghost. She started calling him a crackpot, and then he started calling her a hack. Then, well, let's just say that soon the press was no longer interested in what Tino had to say. As for Jake Hurley, it turns out that his letter from Abe Lincoln is worth a small fortune. Pretty ironic, huh? Jake spent his whole life searching for gold, when all along he possessed something far more valuable. His uncanny knack for making friends. Love, Nancy.
The real treasure are the friends we made along the way. Aww. Okay, Sassy Detective, you are just going everywhere and doing everything. Woohoo! I'm a happy wanderer.
Have you ever been to Paris, France? Well, préparez-vous, because that's where my next mystery adventure takes place. I'm going to be the assistant to Minette, a famous fashion designer. I'll be working undercover to find out why she's been acting so peculiar lately, throwing tantrums, firing people. She's even started wearing a mask for no apparent reason. Her studio is in this spooky-looking centuries-old moulin. That's French for windmill. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with her strange behavior. Or does it? One way to find out. Help me solve my next case. Danger by design. À la prochaine!
Yes, friendship is magic! Yeah, so Laurie tried to kill Nancy. That's not very good. Laurie's punishment is not jail time for attempted murder. It's just, well, now she has to get a job. Yeah. I feel like she deserved a harsher punishment. Some people think that Tino deserved a harsher punishment, because he also tried to kill everyone. I don't think he wanted anyone to die. He just wanted to solve the mystery and look cool. But still, he he could have been responsible for numerous deaths, and his punishment is people kind of ignored him during a fight. Yeah, so the bad guys really didn't get punished so much in this game. This is that music from the minecarts. Yeah, I love it. Here's the cast. Lonnie Manella as Nancy Drew, Wayne Raleigh as Frank Hardy, Rob Jones as Joe Hardy, Sarah Papineau as Laurie Gerard, Julia Francis as Charlene Purcell, Lowell Dio as John Gray, Jeff Minnerly as Tino Balducci, Alyssa Murray as Bess Marvin, Patty Pomplin as George Vane, Amy Broomhall as Fatima and the waitress, and Jason Sharp did the engineer, the old-timer, and other people. Do 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 do. Yeah, the next game in the series is Danger by Design, as we saw in the in the preview. That's the next game. It's a little harder to read the text in this one. I don't know why. It looks like I don't know. For some reason, I'm having a harder time reading this text. Could just be me. So, this game was made in 2005. 15 years ago. So that's it for Nancy Drew number 13, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Thank you very much for watching my video walkthrough, everyone.